Good morning, my name is Emily Fay, and today I'm going to be talking about student attitudes with correlation to color. To begin with, we have my table of contents, which is the summary of the research as a whole, current statistics, behavior, connotations, classroom and surveys, and then my research gap. To further my table of contents and show how they all connect to one another, the connection between the drop in student participation and how color may affect said student comes from being able to identify which specific cue will promote the highest levels of engagement and how exactly we measure that. The summary of my research as a whole has been that high school students within the U.S. have had decreasing levels of engagement in recent years. Having a less engaged student body will lead to having a less educated generation of people without proper guidance. And then finding a solution to raise attitudes towards learning will also promote longer attention span and general excitement in life. The study will use a survey to gather behavioral shifts rather than numerical points like grades, because it focuses more on the student on a personal level rather than just looking at them as a number. And then each class period in Westview High School for the span of 3 to 4 weeks, and have it being a core subject such as English, math, or science, will have its own specific color, which will be presented via PowerPoint slides. My first topic is current statistics. According to Fain, a study from 2013, a high school principal has seen a decrease of 6% GPAs from 3.5 above 3.5 from 2007 to 2011. This may be due to several variables such as differing levels of class difficulty and rising haste in everyday life. According to this graph, we see that there has been rising levels of dropout numbers. For 9th grade, it has been 5% of dropouts, and then in 12th grade, we see that it was a 9%. Engagement levels are lacking across schools, and there have been many proposals to increase the rates of enthusiasm. A group of researchers came up with a new teaching style called the EBLT, which stands for Engagement-Based Learning and Teaching Method. And this just shows that people actually have taken steps towards improving the levels of participation in classrooms. Next is behavior. According to Elliott and his associates, the authors of Color and Psychological Functioning, a study where participants interacted with an anagram test with different colors, the two colors being red and green, which are opposites on the color wheel, showed that participants answered questions with less accuracy, specifically in detail situations, when presented with red. Furthering that, we see that this author said that red produces the need for specific details in respect to practical uses, and then blue also enhances creativity and allusions to items and their uniqueness. These two authors, while having two different studies, come together to show that having a contrast in colors and lighting in different rooms can increase productivity, energy, and decrease feelings of boredom. And then yellow has been shown to improve mood, enhance thinking capabilities, and calm the nervous system. And blue has a high calming effect as well. With this author, we see that he showed pink to inmates, and this showed that there has been calmer emotion and bodily weakness invoked when showing these pink papers. Our next topic is the connotations. According to Madden and his associates, colors differ in meaning across the globe, and we see that black and red differ quite universally in meaning. And then Westview High School is based within the United States, so therefore we will utilize blue and green, which are favorable colors on large scale, especially in marketing, but we can apply that to education. Next is classroom and surveys. These two authors use a survey to document how students felt when interacting with different colors. And then this author showed that active children prefer cool colors in educational situations, and the opposite is for more passive students who prefer warmer colors. Also, teachers may desire different moods within the classroom. For example, if a teacher wants a more productive room, it is best to avoid off-white and white colors. And then green also encourages verbal development. Here we see that a study to find which environment is best suited for college students and their studying was shown in 6 university halls, And in general, it found that blue buildings with white ceilings increased feelings of tranquility. This author, Kurt, who wrote The Effects of Color and the Moods of College Students, showed that the effects of color and mood were measured at a college campus via a survey in different campus spaces. And then students felt excitement when approaching a complex with a red color, and then warm tones incite a higher arousal of emotions and memory retention. Many students noted white walls as uninteresting and less desirable. And finally, my research gap. Research has been done on the effect of color and emotions in both the corporate and educational world. However, the primary focus on the extent of high school students has not yet been recorded, leaving it feasible to conduct research without the bias from previous scholarly attempts and having it research be utilized by high school teachers along with students. And then these are my sources. Thank you.